Hear where that's coming from. Can't believe I'm actually being able to walk out around at least for once. Yeah, no, I gotta take. Oh, it's, it doesn't take much to. It doesn't take much for me because that's why it's such a shame, really. It just had to be listened to, and just it's night and day if I'm not in a cage-like setting. That's it. But it's not so simple anymore because of all the decades of abuse and the context behind it. It's not so easy to explain when legitimately was like none of it was in my control. I'm not responsible for their actions. You can't explain decades to people. And then when you're in the right, like I know I'm in the right. I worked my ass off every damn day, make sure for years and years and years. I watched how my family was instead. So I proved to myself beyond any shadow of a doubt. You know what I was doing the entire time? Mostly not publicizing any of it the entire time. And I was still getting up and I was in agonizing pain. I'd run for miles and miles. That would give me some stress relief and actually even still find ways to have like peace in like amazing amounts of pain. And while my parents were gaslighting me to like the most extreme, something's wrong with them where they they oh come on. Oh come on. Don't tell me the internet connection. The internet connection. I don't know if the internet connection is working now. It was working 2 seconds ago, and then I'm starting to talk about my. So I don't know if the internet is working again. It got disconnected. It's just like so many butterflies around. But what I was gonna say is it reminds me also because where I grew up, it was like 30 degrees all the time, and then it's like, oh, That's why every time when I was in the woods, there's like no animals basically compared to like where I live now. It's a completely different experience. It was like when I was a kid and where I grew up, most of my life spent in like this place where it was like just dead. It was like too cold, except for like the 3 summer months maybe. Starting to hurt a bit. It's like I can only imagine had I not had. It's like I somehow survived, and then every piece is gold. And then I'm fully, holy crap. See, if I had my camera right now, I would have got like 20 different animals in like 10 minutes. The hawk is flying like right above, and the monarch butterfly is just flying around here. And for me, when you have to spend like weeks at a time in a dark little tiny room, ah, the contrast of having the light, it's almost too much because you go from like a cave like scenario, and I'm limited by the my physical body at this point. I can't deny the if my parents would have you. Holy crap, that is literally 10 butterflies. There's two, I think they're having like mating or something. There's two monarchs meeting. See, I would be filming that in slow mo right now. There's like 5 monarchs together flying right there, and they're like chasing after each other. So I just wonder, and I can never express enough, like just how evil my parents or anyone like that is. Where you can just throw away the person, just throw away the person and every single thing they say and their entire life experience. That's my entire thing. Probably like a point something percent of the population that would have the nuanced perspective that I have also as well. So it's like, and then knowing that, and then knowing also if I speak on one focal point in one direction, even if there were people with the brain to handle, there's only going to be so much I could say in any direction before something triggers somebody, or I don't know. See, I know my whole entire life. That's why nobody can tell me crap anymore. I know the amount of energy and the work I put in. I know the amount of pain I've faced. And no one can ever tell me My parents cannot keep doing that. And then just, they did it for most of my life. And then I went back and capitulated. Like, I wonder, is there a really good way to make a difference? What is that? Isn't there a guy just like sitting in the street? Carlos, where are you from, Carlos? Where are you from, Carlos? I wonder what was that guy just doing? There's this truck that was just parked in like the middle of the street, like looking at me. He wasn't moving. Then he just left once I turned around and stared at him. Carlos, are you there? So I can talk now since I'm just Texas. What are you up to today? How long have you watched my channel anyway? Do you know me? I mean, I just know I saw you earlier. I was trying to show you the caterpillars. What should I saw so many butterflies. It's crazy. Then and now I have this. I don't know how there can be a shortage of monarch butterflies. It's like I've seen so many, and then I'm also like immediately I noticed they would come right to the plants, like right when I started growing them. Like it's so easy. How old are you, Carlos? That's another thing. I wonder, like, I just wish that I had people that could understand and at least I made it out. I got to go for a walk today and get to be in the sunshine. And this is how everyone is meant to live in the actual nature. It's all just mathematics. Because the amount of time spent doing this or that, all the different recipes you can do. It's just like cooking, like cooking a whatever, doing a math equation. I don't understand why is it like when you say something like so simple like that? It's like you can't. It's like I've struggled to find people that just understand like how simple that is and like how that goes with everything. You put in the amount. It's not like you can just predict everything, predict every outcome. You can predict the range of outcomes though, like pretty much. There's a predictable range of outcomes, not the exact outcome. You can predict the range of outcomes. Has my mic even been working? Who even knows? My whole life trying to document, record things also. When when it's like futile actually. I wonder if just every single person that gets up to a certain level of money and like status, that they just become like that evil because they're just normalized in that like setting and then they're competing with other people that are like that. I'm glad I actually got to make it outside today for a walk. It's like I got enough endorphin production going to like get through the nerve pain I have in my like groin area. But like the more pressure from the clothing and like the movement of walking and then the tightening of those muscles in like the hip and pelvic area, like it gets bad relatively quickly. And that's one of those, literally every detail leads to another tangent that my parents could have helped me with for years in advance, and that's why I carry all this weight. And that's why it all leads back to these same cycles. Unless I have a situation finally where I can like have enough resolved. Well, my bad to get into if I would have just talked to you, Carlos, but I felt like I didn't get the answer. What I was trying to, maybe I just didn't. I haven't looked back at the screen yet. Maybe that's the best I could hope for. It's like literally every time I'm outside for the past like couple of years now. It's just like I'm amazed by the amount of like beauty and then how like little it's respected and like how ungrateful. To me, it's like amazing. I can't even like believe like anyone can do. And meanwhile, that's how it's meant to be. Like, it's meant to be trees around every and like nature is how it's meant to be. And it's like, of course, because you you become super grateful if you don't have any of that for the majority of time and you get to experience it. The contrast of having nothing. What is that? I always see this webbing stuff everywhere. It's a type of spider or something. You see this weird webbing stuff. I see this in the trees everywhere, but I don't know. Or is this a type of caterpillar or moth or something? I don't know what that is. Oh, somebody else was here. Timothy? Is that what it is? Hello? I'm so used to not interacting and just dealing with like garbage people and having to prevent and having to prepare for that it's just like I don't even know how to I don't even know how to deal with it anymore. Wait, where are my sunglasses? I have my sunglasses on my neck. Here. Oh, there are the Blue Jays and the I can actually feel the sunshine and and feels like that can over it's better than the pains right now. It's just much better. It's really all I ask for. It's such a big difference to just get to walk and enjoy the sun. Holy crap! Is that a hawk right there? Bro, 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 bro. It's like 10 feet up my head. Oh my God. Am I just, if I had my camera right there, I would have just got the best shot ever. Bruh, it's back again. Like, literally, not even, nah, 10 feet would be too close. That, that was probably more like under 20 feet. Oh my God. You see that? Never seen that ever before where they're that close to me. I don't know if I caught that, but that was nuts. Holy crap. And there's other types of bird. And then there's another one super high up. I don't know if you see that one. Holy crap. Never, ever. This is crazy. Oh my God. And it's just coming around a billion times. That's amazing. Of course, I'm not filming it. I'm just watching. This is crazy. It's just flying right over my head a billion times. This is, holy crap. Look at that. Let's see if you see it. Can you see that? Can you see it? Look, it's stopping right over my head. And there's another one. There it goes. It's going right over my head. Hey, and there's another one. Bruh, this is the craziest. Literally flying over my head. like circling over my head. Bro, I would have got 20 fucking. Oh my gosh. I didn't go blind from looking at this. It's funny. Man, that's so cool. I just now I see. I wish I had my camera, but at the same time, this has happened so many times where there's always something like this happens. I don't get it. Damn. See, all my hawk shots, they they're like super long distances away, and I still was able to get some pretty decent shots. But like this is like right next to me. I got crazy hawk shots, dude. Let me see if I can just get. Let me just. I'm just gonna film them in the sky real quick. Let's see. But I can't see anything though. God damn it. I can't see anything. It's too bright. I just wanted to. Of course, then they fly away right when they turn the camera back though. I wonder if it caught any of them flying over my head when I had it like on my face and it was just directed above. That's so crazy too. Then the moment I try to film up there, because it's back over there. It's all the way over on that side. Oh, no, am I upside down? What angle are we at? I can't see anything. Okay, there. See, my teeth are gonna be killing me after this because it's just the way like my whole body is out of alignment. It's been screwed up since I was a kid. I wish my parents would just acknowledge all the damn things. There's also the different factors like when I pushed myself to learn the guitar and stuff, there's something that I shifted out of alignment as well from just the act of repetitively doing that. But now I'm digressing. I just want to focus on the words really. I'll get lost in this. I wish if I could go back, I would go back before the years where like I lost the last bits and I was like begging my dad because I would have never ever put myself through that if knowing that he was just gonna do the same crap again to me, just throw it all away. I would have never. So I went through and I survived all that time and he did like the same crap to me where it's just like People never understand that kind of person. If you had like good parents that actually didn't lie to you and like play these weird ass games, every damn thing, I think that they're just that's how they're wired. Like my parent, they don't know any other way. They survived that way, and then like they have some kind of defect in their brain where they something incredibly wrong that needed to be fixed ages ago, but they piled on me instead, and that's the only way they can be. I can't deny that I so many more things and accomplish like to extremes they can never take that kind of thing or accomplish. And yet that's why I always it's just too much weight to carry for any that's how people die carrying so much weight eventually. For me it was should have been over in my mid-teens and I'm 40 years old now. It's just nuts to think. Like, and then you try to tell this story to anybody. Everyone has their own lives where they think that they're like they worked so hard and all this stuff, and many people didn't, and then many people think they were. It's all different ranges of possibility, but it's too easy for people to discard. They see one thing, or you talk about one thing in one aspect, they don't see the rest of it. So in totality, you've done like so much more. But if you only speak on one thing, and then here I am thinking to that degree of nuance, but even that doesn't matter because even if you have the best of minds and they actually care, like first you have to have discernment, and you have to have the best of minds, and you have to care at all to begin with, or else, and you have to give a chance rather than just discard, which is like all of the stuff plays into this. And most of the stuff that I would say, I have to stop myself in my mind before I even say, and then that's what produces all the pauses because I already know, and it's just a shame. There's can never be um, just what's been earned. I'm fully aware of what's been earned and what's not been given, and it's completely insane. Basically, it's like the criminals like running everything. And then there's like a micro and macro extension to this of the entire world, basically the same type of thing going on. And for me, it's like I don't feel like I deserve more than anyone else, except in terms of the amount of energy and work you put in. That's also not absolute because there are better people and worse people as well. But there's so many degrees. At some point, you have to stop, or you can drive people crazy, even just going down to the degrees of nuance. But again, for that to even matter, you'd have to be talking to someone that's actually listening and caring and able to understand and go to all the different degrees and total it up rather than discard you. And I know how it goes just from my whole life. So, wow, what kind of butterfly is that? actual body movement. I miss getting to able to just move my body at least. It's just that's so sad, man. Every time it's like so oh that's so pretty. I would have got like 20 different amazing photographs of completely different animals. What is that? You can see my teeth are starting to. It's like the longer that I'm on my feet, the more my teeth shift as well. It's part of like the body mechanics. Like there's stuff that's like it's so bad with the teeth shifting too that like I can see major difference just from one day to the next. But I was talking about that years ago too. Literally everything that I say like that has a memory of my dad like ignoring me and then blaming me for the blaming me somehow and then like acting. It's just yeah. That's the thing with me also is like I can go to such extremes putting myself because I learned how to do that where I can put myself through even the worst type of pain for a certain amount of time. That's the chickadee. But then even that, like people would see I'd push myself into the worst type of pain that I knew my body could only handle for so long, and then I'd be paying for like weeks at a time. And then even that, like people would use against me and be like, "Well, we just saw you do this." It's like, yeah, I did that like once in this amount of time, then I had to heal enough to even do it again, and I had no other option but to do it. And yeah, and I do it whenever I can. So, of course, if there's any time I can push to such an extent, I do everything. And then if I can't, I'm like hobbling around for weeks at a time, and I have to do that. And then I would have just gotten like endless amounts of like, no matter what I did. That's why I have such bad trauma of even getting to being able to focus and enjoy any moment at this point. That's it. The last couple of days were like, man, that like sent me back into the real, but like just how bad it is again, and just accepting like how I just kept tolerating and putting up with. If you can't even get to walk around more than like once in 2 months, and you have a space in your bedroom, like that's a good space. You're still like right next to an HVAC machine that won't ever be quiet, and they're like exploiting every. It's just the craziest thing. I waited almost 10 years to move, and then my dad set up the same exact things where I couldn't open the windows. Like none of the windows open. It's like a prison, but like it's like painted like nice because it says those exact things in the details with the lighting and the noise and the different things I'm more sensitive to than most people. That's like can drive me nuts. That's instead of like actually listening to me, what he did is like make it as bad as possible and then just like deny it and then just make me beg him and then be like, but I'm trying to help. And then it's like really the most insane thing anyone could deal with because I was just working my ass off every day, like never going back to drugs, like every single day, year after year. And then my dad was just peace, biggest asshole in the world. Just threw everything away, blames me. Is that a cardinal? Yeah. So I'm amazed by the amount of like animal wildlife. I never got to be in a place like that. And the one time when I did live in a place like that and I had a backyard, like my parents lived there, and then I couldn't do anything because it'd just be everything would be critiques of me if I was around them. The craziest thing is like how people like that can get away with demonizing you and then saying you're the crazy one, and they can actually abuse you to the point where you seem that way, or it's like people should like it wouldn't be that difficult if people were having conversations with me and then I don't have to get overwhelmed. If I felt support to begin with, I would have never got like that. So it's like all par for the course. Oh, it's Blue Jay. That's kind of crazy. Like to have, there has been enough contrast just being in the sunlight and getting to move my body with just like I've been able to manage it enough where it's not like killing me, at least right now, maybe later, but and then it's like the whole time I wasn't really distracted. That's good. But that's just because I can feel the sunlight and yeah, just pain wise, it's all it is. But the teeth, that's definitely getting bad. It's always something. I have to trade one thing for the other thing. If I had like, I had like just friends that had on YouTube that I could forward it to anybody. I was talking to instead of just like strangers, and it would just be a different dynamic. Knowing what could be for all these different things is always like torturous because it gives you all the mathematics are in the right place for everybody. You want the world would be, but it's not possible. There always has to be some forms and people that get used for these other people. If the world was like me, it wouldn't stoop to those other levels though. They would be fair to everybody. And then they wouldn't go lie and manipulate and get over on them. Everyone wouldn't do it. And the ones who do the best end up just playing the games better and like faking everything better. And then they do the same thing like my parents. Should be able to have, even if I have to pay with a lot of pain later, I should have a big contrast system. I should have a good amount of relief if I was able to like work my heart and my and get enough exercise. I don't know if it would be enough though. I used to jog for miles every time when I would actually go for exercise. So like just walking. I mean, in contrast to having no exercise, it's gonna help, I think. But yeah, it's just crazy because I would usually go a lot of and be pretty fast. I still say for anybody, like I think everybody should be doing that kind of stuff or some type of exercise. So I don't think there's any no good reason not to. I mean, you don't have any excuse if you don't do the things that you can do. For me, it's like I'm unapologetically who I am and everything that I've learned. I can't deny it. So it's just what it is every day. But you only get this by I'm grateful to have been able to walk, to get to be in the sunlight and the trees. most of my life I didn't breathe deep breaths at all. And I learned like how all these things connected to each other and how my parents, ah, I don't want to, it's so weird too to get, I get like, it's like everywhere I had to move, just extremes, contrast extremes. My dad, it cannot be not on purpose or some kind of, like, I think even to further details, it's like, bro, how could you take me? First of all, he still has my money. Like, he won't do the math for anything he's stolen, but I would have paid for myself. Uh,